Well, here in our area, the building that houses New York State's highest court is a mess, literally. Albany News Chief Judy Sanders joins us now from the Channel 6 Albany Bureau to tell us more about why. Judy?
Well, as the point was, this father believes the court system has denied him the right to his day in court for a jury trial to fight child custody payments. So Charles Collins sprayed the Court of Appeals with chicken manure from a power pumper loaded on a pickup truck at 5:45 this morning. He also had a friend videotape it to document it and to make sure, he says, that he wasn't manhandled by police. When police didn't arrive, though, Collins surrendered and was charged with felony criminal trespass. This isn't the first time Collins has protested. He's firebombed and blocked entry to the Empire State Plaza, all in his 10-year fight. He says the courts have violated his rights. His complaints include an inability to see his 3 children, division of non-marital property, and overpayment of child support.
They're doing more harm to the families of this state than anybody else could possibly do. I mean, it's disgusting what this family court is. They do not care about children, and what's going on needs to be exposed.
Collins was released on $7,500 bond. A spokesman for the Court of Appeals calls what he did a disturbing act of vandalism. Liz?
Judy, it seems a pretty obvious question. Are his protests behind his inability to see his children?
He says he has been able to see his children in more recent years. When they were younger, he could not, and he's been fighting the court system, which he says has been around and around. It should have been held in the Supreme Court. It's been dealt with in family court. For a lot of legal reasons, he claims that he just hasn't been dealt with fairly, and those 8 years that he didn't see his children, he said, were crucial during the years they were growing up.
And I'm assuming he faces quite a bit of trouble for this.
Well, this is a felony.
Yep. Thanks, Judy.
You're welcome.
A stunning stunt in Albany. A local man is arrested for spraying a courthouse with chicken manure.
Albany News Chief Judy Sanders tells us now he's got a history of taking his protests too far.
Charles Collins sprayed the Court of Appeals with chicken manure from a power pumper loaded on a pickup truck at 5:45 this morning. He even had a friend videotape it, he says, to make sure he wasn't manhandled by police. When police didn't arrive, Collins surrendered and was charged with felony criminal mischief. He picked chicken manure for a specific reason.
That's my exact feeling of the Court of Appeals. Matter of fact, my other thing is that the Court of Appeals should be nicknamed Madam Kane or House of Whores. They're nothing but prostitutes for the New York State Judiciary. And child support is not being used for the children, and there's no requirement for it to be used for the children. And that has to change.
Collins gave an uncontested divorce to his wife in 1981. He says he didn't see his children for an 8-year span. He was held in arrears in child support even though he claims he overpaid. And he says the courts gave his wife a house owned jointly by him and his mother. He wants a jury trial to settle the issues, but the Court of Appeals denied that.
He made a motion for leave to appeal to this court, and it was denied. So that's, I suppose, possibly a source of this disturbed act of vandalism.
Collins has run afoul of the law before. He was arrested at Channel 6 in 1985 after distributing this newsletter perceived as a threat by the judiciary. He's also blocked access to the Empire State Plaza and firebombed the Plaza garage.
They do not care about children, and what's going on needs to be exposed. I'm not nuts. I'm willing to stand up and fight for my constitutional rights.
Collins was released on $7,500 bond. In Albany, Judy Sanders, Channel 6 News.
A city court judge also issued an order of protection to keep Collins from harassing or threatening Chief Judge Judith Kaye.